name is Marc, and I will talk a little bit about what's Hoovernotes. It's another annotation add-on for Firefox, and I'm one of the members of the development team. So I will divide my talk in three main parts. First part, I will talk about very briefly about the main idea of Hoovernotes. After that, I will show you a little demonstration of the plugin, and finally, I will talk about the future of the Hoovernotes. So what is the main idea of Hoovernotes? I manage some blogs, and I'm working on research. So one of the problems that I have is most of the information that I manage is from the internet. So I couldn't find any word about taking annotations directly or embedded into the browser. So I always had to use like copy-paste, or just had the notepad and the browser, so moving content from one side to another. So the main idea, or the main goal, it's like use the Hoovernotes as a real notebook. So for example, if you are reading a book and you can highlight it directly, or you can summarize something in a notebook or in your hand or in the table. So it's kind of using this tool of annotating as in the real world, embedded into the Firefox. So when I read the access to it about the design camp, I went to Philip, one friend that I met in Sweden like 5 years ago, and told him, hey Philip, I had this idea and I think it matches quite good in the design camp. So I think it's quite e-learning oriented, so why not try to develop it? So we prepared a mock-up. It was accepted, and we met Negro. I worked with him, he's a designer, an interaction designer. So we prepared all the interface, etc. So I will show you a little demonstration. How does it work? So mainly the Hoovernotes is a slide bar application where you can sign in using your Twitter account, so you don't need to log in into another new social networking. And the main idea is that you create a new topic sheet. Like, for example, if you are in a European history class and you need to study what Napoleon did in Europe, just create a new topic sheet, and then you just Google Napoleon or whatever. And, yeah, same. So you begin to read everything, and maybe you find that this paragraph is very interesting. So you highlight it. And maybe there's another, you want to copy it, your notes, and you want to take a summary of this one, and so maybe write it as with your own words. So finally, you have a sheet with your topic and all the URLs that you have visited. We can visit another URLs. I have some examples here, like Picasso, for example. But finally, you have a topic sheet with all the URLs that you have visited and all your actions over these URLs. And you have the highlighted or moved content, or you're summarizing stuff. Another functionality that you have developed is a synchronize your content with your local storage. And the export functionality, that means that you can export your annotations to a server, like a semantic platform or somewhere, to share your annotations with more people, or just copy the JSON and export to PDF, or just upload whatever you think would be useful for more people. And we can see here small icon with the number 2. Well, this is fake, but it should be a nice functionality. That when you are visiting this URL, this web page, that means that 2 people have written some annotations in that URL. So maybe you don't want to read the real content, so you read the annotation content. So you can focus directly on the things that you're interested, not reading everything or just finding.
1 minute?
Okay, so to talk about the future, our idea is to have the Hoovernotes finished, well, resolve some bugs and finish into the SDK and published it, and as much people as can use it, it would be nice. And the idea is to share all the contents into, I don't know, social networking or something, so you can choose about reading the real web content or the annotation content, so you can just focus on a better annotations. And maybe the further future is like anyone can build like an automatic robot that just suggests you some automatic annotations, or who knows. And yeah, that's all. It was a brief presentation of Hoovernotes.
Nailed it, dude. Right to the second.
URL, and this is the team. Thanks for
Very
everything.
nice. Judges, questions?
So,
Go ahead.
so this is a beautiful presentation, by the way.
Yeah.
You really nailed that. So this strikes me like there's clearly some similarity between here and Cohere, as we saw before. So one might say, if one's being a devil advocate, isn't this falling into if you build it, they will learn sort of camp? Like there's where does the sort of the learning come into here? This seems like an excellent tool for taking personal notes. What's sort of that next step?
Yeah, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking how I studied when I was at school. So I just highlight in the books, or just took annotations, or summarize fragments of the books. So yeah, for me it's kind of a learning tool. So, but yeah, you can use it. For example, we were thinking, and you can use it just to insert comments in blogs or whatever. It's not only a learning tool. You can use it for whatever.
And how the piece in the bottom corner where I was able to see who else had annotated that page, how does that work? Where is that being stored? Where are you accessing that information? Is there a server side that's doing that? Or?
Yeah, exactly. The idea is that you upload all your annotations in a web server.
But you have to manually do that, or that's something when you...
Yeah, the core idea, it's not implemented yet, but the main idea is, yeah, or you can upload wherever you want your annotations, or just in our servers, probably, and then yeah, the application, the add-on will know which URLs have been annotated. But the idea is that you can do whatever you want with your annotations. And anyone can just build a platform or something to upload another annotations, and we are focused also in the interoperability of the annotations. So maybe you have like Zotero annotations or whatever, so it would be nice to upload or import the Zotero annotations or Evernote annotations inside this, or vice versa, or put the Hoovernotes annotation into your Evernote, for example. So we are working on the interoperability notation.
Just one quick comment. First of all, the use of the Hoover, fantastic in the presentation. Just like IR. So just to respond to Asa's question, actually, I could see a teacher using this, right? This could be something that there may not be something that draws kind of the user. I could definitely see it being a tool even for use in the classroom if, in fact, you could have people collaborate with the editing. I mean, that's not distinct from other tools that are available, but I could see this definitely in that capacity. So.
Right on. One more time for Hoovernotes.
Good job.